Alright folks, welcome to part 2 of my collection video where we're going to look at these quarter scale NECA figures, some Game of Thrones stuff, Walking Dead McFarlane stuff, and various other things. This is just on the opposite wall from where my Marvel and DC stuff is in a guest room. So if you ever come stay with Big Dub, you get to sleep with a lot of figures. So let's take a look at everything. Alright, so we are going to start right here with the quarter scale NECA figures. I started getting into these recently and I shouldn't have. I don't have space for them. They just take up a huge amount of space. I have all 4 movie turtles. They're excellent. It's hard not to collect those when you see them in person. As well as the Raphael and the trench coat. I have the regular Deadpool, X-Force Deadpool, Daredevil, you got the battle damaged Steve Rogers, and Doctor Strange. I also have Thor and Iron Man in the quarter scale, but my Iron Man figures live in a different shelf, as do my Thor figures. So that is my NECA quarter scale. I don't know that I will keep picking these up. I'm still missing quite a few Marvel ones, but I may. For now, that is my collection. If you're wondering what's in these, underneath, I'll show you. I try to keep my comics. Nice little trick to keep the comics that you keep out of the way. Alright, so going on top of these Detolfs, I have these large scale Walking Dead figures. You see 2 Negans, 2 Ricks, 2 Glens, 2 Daryls. I am only missing the Michonne that's been released of these yet. I have some Invincible figures. These are from McFarlane. I think I'm just missing the regular Mega Box version of Adam Eve. That's the only one I'm missing from there. Back there I've got the new and the regular, or the 80s Voltron, the recent Voltron. Got this big Devastator that I like very much, as well as Unicron. I don't love the way the new Transformers look. I have all these Dinobots that just came out, the Power of the Prime series. They look good. They look very G1. I don't collect many of these Transformers. I have an Optimus. You see I have this Megatron here. That Skeletor back there. And then one of the epic fights, Peter Griffin and the Chicken. This is just a shelf of miscellaneous stuff. But like I said, I don't love the way the new Transformers have looked from Hasbro, so I don't collect many of those, just the G1 items. I do love that Devastator though. That's an awesome figure. So that is this top shelf of miscellaneous. Alright, opening the first Detolf, we're going to start with my collection of McFarlane TV Walking Dead figures. See the Governor, Tyrese, got Aaron, Abraham. Just some of the various characters. You do see back there that Negan and Glenn scene that just had 1 or 2 releases. As we go up the shelves, you'll see some that were released more. I love these Tyrese figures. I'm a big Tyrese fan in the comics. I wish he'd have stayed around longer in the show. As we come up here to the next shelf of Detolf, you've got Michonne with her 2 pets, and then just a lot of the various zombies they released from the TV series. I think I have all of the TV releases from McFarlane in the 5-inch scale except for Series 1, which they have gotten really expensive. So I don't think I have any of those, but all the rest I'm pretty sure I have. We go up to the next shelf. We get some Negans, Carls, Michonne, Daryl, Rick. Kind of the main characters. Carol back there, the ones that they've released a bunch of. So we get Daryl on the bike. Back there's Daryl on the other bike. Bunch of Daryl figures, bunch of Rick figures. It's a fun shelf though, lots of Michonne. Then up here, these are all the color tops that McFarlane's made so far. I love that Ezekiel, Daryl in the prisoner outfit. Abraham back there. Let's see what else I can show you. Some more back there. Negan, a couple Negans. These came in the Mega Box. Mega Box is McFarlane's, or Skybound actually, I apologize, their kind of mystery box. service. I think this line's basically been discontinued, the 5-inch McFarlane Walking Dead figures, unfortunately. I really like them, especially the TV series has been discontinued. I think there's a 3-pack coming out later this year and maybe a 1 or 2 more color tops, but I think McFarlane's kind of abandoned this line. But I like the way these look. They're not heavily articulated. It's hard to get their accessories to stay, but they're fun figures, especially if you're a Walking Dead fan. All right, for the detail beside that, we now start the McFarlane 5-inch Walking Dead comic series figures. So down here, you've got the parade of Negans. Many, many Negans. And I love those. In the back of these shelves, you're going to see what's a rare thing for me, and that's carded figures. They released these Walking Dead kind of homage to G.I. Joe cards, and I really, really like them. Last year, I think they were con exclusive, and then you could get them online. They had a bloody version and a regular version of all of them. I opened the regular version. I kept the bloody version in package just so I could save those. So each time I go up a shelf, you're going to see some of that. Some of these are variants or Mega Box exclusive, like that those punk rock zombies come from Mega Box. See, there's 3. 2 of them are Mega Box. Just different things like that. So that's Negans. You've got Alpha and Beta back there. You've got some zombies. As we move up to the next shelf, see more stuff here. You've got other characters. You got a bloody Negan and Glenn scene. Michonne with her pets. You've got a Carl. That Carl is the one that just came in the recent Mega Box. Various Glens. Dwight back there. Andrea, Shane. And then the Governor and Negan, those carded figures I was telling you about, some Carls over here. Then you go up, my favorite comic character, Ezekiel and Shiva. You'll see I have a bunch of Ezekiel and Shiva. That hooded Michonne is a great figure. You got a bunch of comic Michonne figures back here. Some more of those carded. You see they were called the Shiva Force for the good guys, and the Lucille Patrol for the bad guys instead of G.I. Joe and Cobra. Kind of clever. Got some Rick back there, a bunch of comic Rick. I have every comic figure except for one Mega Box, the most recent Carl Bloodied version. I have a near complete, perfect collection of these. I really enjoy them. I love the Walking Dead comics so much. One of my favorite things there is. Final shelf of these McFarlane 5-inch figures. You see I actually have the Shiva Force and the Lucille Patrol. These are the opened ones that you're seeing the card of, the non-bloody versions, and they're ready to fight. So that is my Walking Dead 5-inch McFarlane comics figures. So the final thing we will look at today for collection video number 2 is my Dark Horse Deluxe Game of Thrones statues. Some people say they're figures, but I think they're statues. They do have pieces, like the bow can come off sometimes, the hands, the arrows, but they're not articulated. It doesn't matter though, because they look fantastic and there's not a lot of good Game of Thrones stuff. So these are a steal. They're $20 to $25 each typically. I have all that have been released. I think there may be a Melisandre I don't have yet, but I've never seen it, and I can't actually find it for sale anywhere, even though it had a release date. So these have some grouping. This is just miscellaneous, folks, that don't completely fit in with the other shelf. And I know, like, Ygritte could fit in with Jon Snow, but I have Jon Snow somewhere else. So you see, that's the first shelf. We'll scroll up here. And now you get into, like, the King's Landing area. You've got the Hound, Brienne, Jaime, Cersei, Tywin, Marjorie, Joffrey. Good times at King's Landing. Just look again, very, very good figures. I mean, that Hound, he's excellent. Highly recommend these if you're into Game of Thrones. Then we go up over to the Essos section. You got Daenerys, Tyrion, Grey Worm. You've got Jorah back there, Khal Drogo towering over everybody. Varys. This is the most recent one, this Daenerys figure. It's nice. I really like this one. The eggs. Excellent figures. And the final shelf we'll look at today, the Stark family. Jon Snow, Ned in the back, Arya, Sansa, Rob, and then Hodor carrying Bran back there. There is no Rickon figure, at least it's been released yet. So I'll come down one more time so you can see these as I wrap up collection video number 2. I think there will probably be 7 or 8 collection videos. By the time I post this, you'll know. But this is in the same room as the Marvel figures. You've got comics, you've got a lot of stuff in here. So let me know what you think about my collection and look out for part 3 coming soon.